make yourself a list. No, literally, like go get a piece of paper and a pencil. I'll wait. You ready? All right, now I want you to write down everything that you want every spread to have and everything you want to make sure to avoid. Is it the page numbers? Is it duplicated photos? Is it the size of your font? Is there a theme element you want to make sure you don't forget? For me, it's spacing. I like all of my photos to be properly spaced. Whatever is on your list, write it down. And every time you check a page, you edit it before it goes to press, run down the list and make sure that all of the elements on your page match up to your list the way you want them to. One thing I do want you to consider is what content would be considered inappropriate for you and your school, and make sure that that does not go in the book. For some of you, that may be hand signals. For others, it may have something to do with dress code. And for others, it may have to do with whether or not masks are being worn appropriately. It's different for everybody, but it is something important to make note of. This one might seem common sense, but you'd be amazed how many people forget to do it. Run, spell, check every single page. As a matter of fact, you can't even submit the page until you've done it. The next thing you want to do is view the PDF. This is a print preview. It'll show you exactly how the page will print, including the dotted line around the edge, which is the cut line. This is going to show you what will and will not be cut off of the page once it's printed. If you're worried, move things towards the inside just a little bit, just to be on the safe side. You can also always email Kim or Sarah and we can help verify that things are safe. While your print preview is open, be sure to read everything, every single word. I like to read it out loud. I catch more mistakes that way. Advisors, you should always be the last person to read the page before you click the submit button. Now we want to check for errors. You can do this by selecting the pre-flight panel. You're going to get to that by clicking the little 3 dots and lines in the bottom right-hand corner, and then in your pop-up, selecting the caution sign. If there are any errors on the page, they'll be indicated there, and by clicking on the error, it will highlight it on the page so you know what you're dealing with. Many times when this happens, it's one of 3 things. A text box that has never been edited. For example, it might still say headline or caption or lorem ipsum dolor. Make sure you delete those or add the text if needed. The second thing is a hidden photo box. Perhaps you dropped a photo on top of a photo box instead of in a photo box, and that leaves a hidden empty box behind an image. And the computer is reading that as unfinished. So you'll just need to go in and remove any unfinished images. You can click that error to alert you to the location on the page so that you know exactly where to delete it. And the third error that we sometimes see is when you pull something over from a template. It is going to assume that text is unedited unless you've actually typed it in yourself. For example, in a template, if you have a Q&A section, you may go in and change the question and the answers and the photos. But if you don't change the Q and A, literally the Q and A, even if you're retyping the exact same thing, the computer's going to flag as an error. It fears you may have mistakenly not changed the headline, and it wants to make sure that you did that on purpose. So if you have something that says text remains unedited, but it says exactly what you want it to say, just retype it. So you've made your list and you've checked it. You've spell checked everything, maybe multiple times. You've checked your print preview and you've read every single word, even out loud maybe. You've checked for your errors and everything is good to go and you're ready to submit your page. Let's talk about how you can do that. From your pre-flight panel, you're going to mark your page complete. This can also be done from the page ladder. Once you've marked the page complete, you have 2 options. Return will return the page to you. It will allow you to continue to edit it and make changes. Submit will send the page to the plant. Once the page has been sent to the plant, the only way you can get that page back is if you contact Kim or Sarah within 24 hours of hitting the submit button. We want you to submit those pages once they're ready, but we want you to do it with caution. This is one of the reasons that we encourage you to tell your students to have pages turned in before your actual deadline. It gives you a window of time to go through and make all of these edits, run the spell check, check the print preview, read every word, and not feel rushed so that you can hit that submit button with confidence.